Hi, I'm Jules from the Haynes Collection, and this is our series Sustainable Interiors, where we're talking to businesses who are bringing you more environmentally friendly options for your home. We went to Sussex to see Emma from Move Over Magnolia Studio. She hand paints vintage glassware and ceramics to make a new beautiful item that you're just going to love, so I hope you enjoy it. I certainly would not say that.
I was going to say, actually, I've got the old lilac on, haven't I?
Can I ask you about the Barnaby Gates ones? Because
of course.
I love Barnaby Gates.
The
Baking. Yes, exactly.
It's different. You won't get a frill like it.
So I'm so excited. We're in Emma's studio. It's so beautiful. It's serene. It's as hot as Barbados today, and poor Em is in the top of her house. But that's where all the best people start, right? So I know that you have been painting since you were 13. And actually, has it always been painting or glass painting?
So I started glass painting because I used to be obsessed with this art shop. And then I saw these glass paints. I just thought, wow, I've never seen them before. What do I do with them? My mum always had leftover jars and bottles, and I just experimented and realised you can make something quite beautiful from them. And then sold them at a charity school Christmas fair.
Oh wow, so you're an entrepreneur, like, from the get-go. Sweet.
Yeah. So for a few years I did that and did little craft fairs and painted everything I could get my hand on. And it was always second hand.
So you've almost done like a full circle. Actually, you shouldn't have given up. If you'd started when you were 13, think where you'd be now. I can't believe you gave up.
But when you are 13, you hit 15. There's there's other things that are probably on your mind. So that's how it calmed down. I've come back to it.
Oh, good. Love your stuff. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Hugely nature inspired. I grew up with a mum that loved gardening and my nan, and all the colours you get are going to be inspired by nature. So everything I painted were pansies and poppies and lots of fruit and strawberries, and that's what everyone wanted, and that's what they wanted on their glasses. So.
Oh wow, what a talent! And is this something I can look at? Is this a? It's your sketchbook.
There's lots of sketches,
beautiful.
little patterns. Always a lily of the valley. I'm obsessed with lily of the valley.
Oh yeah, I saw one of these. This is the lily of the valley one here. It's so
really
delicate.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And would you call that a bud vase? Is that just for like little?
Yeah.
Someone comes to say, put that by their bed with a few little buds in it.
Very beautiful. So every summer people get that mindset and then are in love with lemons and
oranges
again.
All of your glassware is second hand. A lot of it looks like it's vintage. So where do you actually source it all from?
Mainly charity shops and flea markets. Being in Sussex, there's tons. You've got vintage fairs and so many charity shops. So I'm always on the hunt. I know what to look for. I make sure there's no cracks or chips in anything. But it has to be vintage or it has to be unwanted. You can often buy a couple in one shop and then find it in another, and then through the months you've got a set. Keep always on the lookout.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Have you thought of branching out at all? Maybe sort of mirrors or anything else? Tell me what you've got
mirrors.
Coming up.
I used to do mirrors when I was 13.
Of course you did.
My biggest sell was
Your
this.
13 was like your business plan. You can just switch off. Yeah.
But actually, I've just picked up a vintage mirror. And thinking maybe I've got to give it a go because I've seen them in the past. I think I've seen them in Liberties, and they're using not even vintage mirrors. So at least I'll be using vintage.
Exactly.
And there's always so many in the charity shops.
That's
tons.
so true.
So it's just nice little garlands. I've got ideas.
Yeah, and it's perfect for sort of weddings and things. Could someone come to you and say, "I've got a cherry themed wedding," and or probably more likely a colour on fruit. You know, they rent glassware from you.
Totally. So I thought for me it's sort of a 2022 plan because of the pandemic.
Sure, yeah.
It's been only small numbers, so for me to push that right now is probably not going to work.
Yeah.
I've already started renting glass out to photo shoots for fashion.
Well, you did one for me actually.
And I did one for you,
exactly.
And so that was 18 pieces in the end.
Was
so,
it? Wow.
So if I can gather enough sort of classic pieces, whether it's just lots of wine glasses or lots of jugs would be really nice. So jugs on each table of a wedding with a theme. So it's definitely another thing on my mind.
Yeah, good.
But it's maybe a 2022 project.
So with this whole new recycle era, things like Airbnb, people renting out their houses, and we talked upstairs about whether you would consider renting out your glassware. Fashion are really into people renting dresses instead of buying new, which I think's really interesting. Do you think this is an area of consumerism that's going to grow?
Totally. And it's just an education. People are learning more through even Instagram how sustainable you can be, little tips on how to do it, even just little things. You know, I now cleanse with a soap bar and wash with a soap bar, and now looking into deodorant. I'm not quite there yet, but people are a bit more mindful that they need to be, and I think that's the most important part. We're getting there, but it's a long journey and it's going to take a while, but it's better than it was 10 years ago, so surely it's just going to get better.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the interiors industry as it is, and where you would like to perhaps see it going?
It's been a bit behind for a while. I mean, really, 10 years ago, people were upcycling junk furniture, but now it's celebrated so much more. It's in magazines more. That's where it's important, where it's highlighted about the beauty of that craftsmanship and work. And so it doesn't even matter if it's become a trendy thing, as long as people are finding out about it. And then hopefully it'll be quite a natural process that people buy from it.
So I just have to say a huge thank you, Emma, for Move Over Magnolia Studio. And I've just got one last question, which is the same question I have at the end of every episode. Desert island item. So you're stranded on a desert island. You can only take one product of yours with you. What would you take?
Wow. It would be luxury, any of them really. But do you know what? A good old-fashioned tumbler. Yeah, a nice drinking glass, because there'd be nothing else there. Probably a coconut shell if I'm lucky to drink from. So I'll take something with a lemon on, because that always put a smile on my face. But what else can you do? So I think you never know. I could sport it and put a candle or wax in there somehow and make it into a hurricane lamp, or I'll come up with some.
And a nice thick tumbler as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're anything like me, you'll probably drop it getting off the boat, so you don't want to smash
it's completely durable.
Yeah, exactly.
Smash resistant. Let's go for that.
Lovely. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed that series. We certainly did. I also want to thank everyone who took part. Please leave your feedback in the comments below. We'd be really interested to hear any comments you have, and also anyone that you think that we've missed and who should be part of series 2. So we'll see you then. Bye.